covering news that matters. Fox 23 News at 5 starts right now.
State lawmakers are returning to the state capitol, filing bills and discussing the budget ahead of the legislative session, which begins in February. So glad you're with us. I'm Shay Rozzi.
And I'm Nathan Thompson. A major focus for lawmakers is education reform because of Oklahoma's extremely low academic rankings, even though they now have entirely new leadership at the Department of Education since the last rankings came out.
Fox 23's Devin Lyon joins us live in studio tonight. And Devin, you talked to lawmakers about the work being done, and there could be several changes to our schools, students, and families.
As it sits right now, all the wheels are turning at the Capitol for changes at the education level, while a large number of lawmakers are trying to fit their ideas into that equation. They have to also make sure that all the wheels don't just fall off when it comes down to the budget. Oklahoma's education system is once again under the microscope at the state capitol as lawmakers file legislation for real change or political attention ahead of the 2026 legislative session. State Representative from Tulsa, Rob Hall, just filed the Oklahoma Reads Act, a bill aimed at boosting early elementary literacy.
I think everybody could agree that educational outcomes are not where we want them to be, and so I have come to the conclusion that early elementary literacy is really the primary root cause of a lot of issues that we see further down the line.
The proposal would fund literacy coaches at every school district and require third graders to meet reading standards before moving on. Hall defended the retention requirement.
I think that we need to understand that retaining kids for an extra year in third grade is not a punishment. If we just promote kids based on age and not competency, we're setting them up to fail. And so it's incredibly important that we lay a strong foundation specifically in reading at their early ages so that we're setting these kids up to be successful.
Another education bill is coming from State Representative Chris Banning, who wants to more clearly define what constitutes as obscene material in school libraries, which would further outlaw certain books.
Now we're moving that definition of obscene material to a true definition of sexually explicit material around minors. If you can't hand it to them in a public park, we should not be able to hand it to them in our schools.
While state law gives districts the authority to decide what books are in their schools, Banning says the standard is too subjective and does not protect kids.
We have this disconnect on what is obscene material, and that's what we're clearly defining here.
On the Senate side, Education Appropriations Committees met to discuss budgetary requests for education agencies, and the belt is already being cinched tight.
If you were to not get your full request, is there anywhere specific you would rather lose the funding over certain areas?
What's your process for making sure that grants you award are used appropriately?
Senator Adam Pugh also defended school security requirements as a legislative priority at Wednesday's budget meeting.
The legislature has prioritized school security over the past few years. It is my intent to continue funding that from the legislature. The way those dollars work out allocated per school is $96,000. So I see you have $60,000 here, but I want to be consistent there. If we're going to protect kids, we're going to protect kids.
Now, this is also the first and only session involving State Superintendent Lyndall Fields, where he has voiced the need to calm the waters and correct the course at that state agency. We're also waiting to see if the governor requests a flat budget from state agencies like he did last year. We'll keep you updated as these efforts move forward. Live in studio covering news that matters, Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.
As more legislation is filed impacting your students and their classrooms, we will keep you updated here on air and on fox23.com.